280 carry.
Getting closer.
307 total.
Oh, nice.
Relax. You're trying too hard?
Yeah.
Sav just hit a 280 carry, 307 total. Just made another top 8 in last week's competition in South Carolina, and a double playoff. Man, you should have seen it. We got some footage for you right now. You look at the drive that she just hit. The last 2 drives the 2 of you hit went 298, and they were like a yard apart. And
yeah,
not even 6 inches apart. They need to be 6 inches apart to be a clear winner.
We were an inch and a half apart from each other.
Isn't that something?
We did put on a good show, though.
Just one more time, see if you can be the judge at home. And they take 2 different routes to get to this position. Look how much that kicks off the hill.
And slot 3, Savannah Clement.
Oh. There you go, Sav. Oh.
Measurement, we do in fact have a tie at 298 yards.
So it doesn't matter what I think because 200.
Oh, it's okay, cool case.
I'm not tired.
Ladies and gentlemen, back on the tee for another tiebreaker. And slot 3, Savannah Clement.
There you go. Good ball, Sav. Good. Oh.
About 296 yards in the second tiebreaker. Savannah Clement.
So Savannah Clement, the final spot in the quarterfinal. Look at Clement. And, she was still hitting the ball in that same 290 range the whole time.
She's very consistent, and I think that is her strength when it comes to World Long Drive.
Oh, you got a lot of airtime.
Yeah, we both did. It was fun.
Mr. and Mrs. Malbon, you got a lot of airtime with this lady here, right? And Cobra, come on. So this is very standard for you. I mean, I'm 6'1". I'm not, I don't look that big, but next to me, you're pretty little, right? And you're hitting the same distance as I am.
Yeah.
You'll see later on in the video. I'll hit a couple for you as well. So this is her relaxing and getting 280 carry, 307 total. So when you're in competition, Sav,
yes.
I'll let you hit a couple while you're doing your thing. So what's the last thing going through your mind just before you take your shot?
Letting it effortlessly get out there, because the more I've noticed that in my competitions this year,
yep,
I've been, like the video's title says, trying too hard.
Yes.
Instead of letting it happen.
Right.
And observing it. The more effort you put into it and the more you try to force the distance, the least likely it's going to happen.
Yes.
So in the South Carolina event, I really locked into that effortless momentum feel. And it's hard to do that in competition, right? Because when you're in competition, you just want to you kind of get into that mindset that you have to go
there's
all out.
Pressure for you to really go after it.
Yes.
And that's the pressure that so many of you feel when you're playing with your buddies.
Yeah.
You want to make a good impression, and you go hard. And it always backfires, doesn't it?
It always backfires. And South Carolina, well, Belleville was a good stepping stone, and then South Carolina, I really locked in the feel of letting it happen rather than forcing it to happen.
Yes.
Because obviously you want to attain a certain number out there while you're competing, but if you're trying too hard to get that number, it's less likely going to happen for you. That's what I've noticed for myself.
So on a technical standpoint, let's look at what really makes Savannah's swing, and you'll see Moo's swing in a second. Why do they perform so well? A full range of motion, right?
Yeah.
So do a couple of practice swings right beside the ball here, Sav. Now, your swing is doing a complete 180 plus.
Yeah.
So if you were to do that in front of the camera here, there you go. So do a backswing and stop. So notice how her pelvis and rib cage are completely facing the target. And this one right here, that's really important. Notice how that lead knee rotates in behind the ball.
Yeah.
So you'll also see that when she does that, half your knee is your femur, and your femur is your hip. And in order for the rib cage and pelvis to turn on top of that, so that the arms can swing freely, right? Because if you don't turn this, you're just going to get your pec full of bicep, if you will. That's, you know, an expression that we like to use. Everything just collapses up against your rib cage.
Yeah.
So show me that backswing again there, Sav. And watch how her legs extend in the backswing. And then in the downswing, yes, you're going to see a squat.
Yeah.
This is the engagement of your kinetic chain.
Yeah.
So if you go to the top of the backswing, stop, and then you decide you're going to hit it hard. So you go,
Yeah.
then the arms are coming down, collapsing against you,
Yeah.
and the brain hasn't initiated that kinetic chain yet.
Yeah, just short circuits.
It's just going to backfire like crazy.
And I had a lot of those.
You had a lot of those in your career,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I need to feel that like easy, like slinging through.
All right.
Kind of like a fishing rod.
Yes.
I kind of thought about it as that a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I also like the battering ram a lot, because you can't like jump on your swing and be able to have that battering
So
ram.
the battering ram gives you the sense that it's there's a hefty unit coming through.
Yeah.
And you got to wait for the weight.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see a couple of practice swings. Really get the feel for that. Yeah, look at that. Look at the legs. Man, does that look good.
Yeah, I've
And-
gotten better at doing that before my set starts,
Okay.
just to lock in that feel.
Yes.
And then it sets me up for the set.
Fantastic.
Rather than kind of going into it blind and not feeling comfortable.
Ooh, that had some juice on it.
Yeah, just a little rushed. Also,
Good.
maintaining a height. Moo always reminds me,
Yes.
pick your height. Pick your height.
Exactly. So yes, you were focused on that flow in your swing, but you weren't delivering it
Out.
into a height,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you guys see the tree line back there. How high are you hitting this ball?
Twice the height of the trees.
At least twice the height of the trees, if not 3 times, right?
Yeah.
And look at that straighten out.
Yeah.
Much better.
A lot more pop on it as well.
Yeah.
And even,
And that's past the warning track. That one didn't read very well. And by the way, you know, sometimes because of these yellow balls,
yeah.
the machine doesn't pick up quite well in the direct sunlight. So that one was over 300 yards, but it's not showing up right here. So let's see another one. Oh yeah. Good height.
Yeah, so that height literally changes everything.
284 carry, well over 300 yards. Now you're at 310. Now if we look at impact with that, you can see now the club head is not twisting, because when you hit it low on the face, it kind of
Yes.
gets kicked down and you get
Yeah.
too much spin on it, right?
Yeah.
So you look how good that was right there. Boom. So that's just slightly above the equator.
Yeah, slightly high on the face, which honestly in long drive isn't a bad thing.
It takes a spin off,
It
right?
kills a spin and it gives you a little bit more
That's it.
distance.
But your smash was 1.49.
Yeah.
and that launch angle was really good at 16 degrees.
And obviously, like, when we're in competition, our warm-ups take a little bit longer because you gotta ramp up the speed a little bit.
Yeah.
So we don't fully get going until, like, I don't know, 30 shots.
And then, so if you go ahead and face the camera with the ball and play, just to set up, one of the things that I want you to notice is that this was an attack angle of over 10 degrees up. That's one of your biggest secrets right there.
Yeah.
So when you're catching it so much on the way up with such little spin, you're launching it high,
Yeah.
super low spin, and you maximize your carry and your roll
Yes.
so that you can just relax,
Yeah.
put a good swing on it, wait for the weight, and just let your technique shine for you,
Yeah.
right? Without having, because if you jump on it, you're just going to destroy your technique,
Yes.
right? So
I've learned that the hard way. And that's been like that's been the difference between me making a top 8 and not. So after not making a couple top 8s, I was like, okay, you gotta get your shit together. Okay?
that's it.
Just
Meaning,
relax.
Just relax, exactly. Yeah. Good height on that. Another warning track ball.
That one didn't read as well, I don't think.
No, it didn't. Because ball speed was there, everything was there.
I'm happy though, in competition I've been hovering at like 160 ball speed,
Yes, you've been
Which
doing
is-
really well with that.
which is good for me.
There we go.
That one was center.
Center
But
face.
you can see that was a dead ball because it just died out of the sky.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's what happens to, well, a lot of people don't understand that in long drive, you'll only hit the ball once
Yeah, one time and it's
and
done.
they discard it.
Yeah,
How many times do you think that ball's been hit?
too many.
Right? Because then you can see, I mean, that was, as Moo would call it, center punch.
Yeah,
Look at that.
yeah, that was center punch.
That was center punch, and the speed was there and everything was there.
Yeah.
And that was your 300 yards, but typically that would be more like 315, 320
Yeah, with a fresh ball.
with a fresh ball.
And that's, that's why on the range you can't really take everything at face value because the balls are so, like, you can tell immediately when a ball is dead because it'll just fall out of the sky.
That's it.
And it'll wobble in the air.
That's it.
So, I mean,
Like
hey.
a mad seagull.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think, you guys would want to see Moo now.
Let's get Moo in here. Let's see what he's got.
He's a little bit more impressive.
It's Moo.
I guess.
So we got range balls, yes. But I want you to really relax.
Okay.
You know, take
Yeah.
it easy, man. All right?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
And let's see how that works out for you.
Okay.
So target-wise, we're going over the red stake.
Yep. Right over that red post.
Okay.
And what would be your height? So let's say you were going downwind. Would you say that'd be 4 times the height of the trees?
Yeah.
You're
so
looking
we're-
for about 160 to 200 feet?
200 feet, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So for playing, it would be 150 to 90.
Right, exactly, because
Yeah.
you want to keep it below the tree line
Yeah.
and keep it in the fairway, which is typically,
Yeah.
what you're trying to do, especially on a tree line course like this.
That's right.
But to maximize what you're trying to do out there, I mean, that grid in South Carolina, though, was no slouch.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was definitely challenging.
It was challenging. You
Because
guys,
if you carried it at a certain point, it was about 20 yards wide,
wow.
right? So it's so like around 340 to 360, you had to be within range.
And I hear the last grid that's going to be at the World Championships is on a dogleg left over water.
Yeah.
With
well,
houses down the right-hand side.
Yeah, this should be interesting.
That's going to be really interesting. I wouldn't want to be homeowners over there, I tell you.
No, me either.
All right, let's see a couple.
Okay.
Yes. Now, this is kind of really important, you guys. When somebody says you're swinging too hard, you got to slow things down, you got to smooth, you got to go really, really smooth. Well, not to the point where you start decelerating and guiding the swing.
Right.
The swing has to be completely let go. So if you look at the video we did last week on the driver, and I had that 60-inch, hitting stick.
Yeah.
And I'm swinging back and through without stopping, and I'm letting it track. That's really key. So you've got the arm club unit that's tracking, and the body is turning out of the way, and you're allowing it to track in a specific direction.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're trying to do. Allow it to. So you're not hanging on to it. You're not trying to be smooth.
Yeah.
You just, hey, I'm going that way, full range of motion, but I'm not going to try and kill it,
Right.
and I'm not going to try and guide it. I have to let it go.
Correct.
So how good are you going to be at letting it go?
All right.
Let's see it. So you have a direction, you have a height.
Yes.
Do you have an intermediate point?
No, I do not.
I would say that is one of your primo necessities.
Yeah.
That is non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
All right.
Let's get that correct. There we go.
So we have a nice intermediate point. We have our initial direction, and we have the height, the window that you want to swing into.
Yeah.
All right. So we're swinging in a way that we're not straining, but we're really letting it go in that direction. All right.
Can back off the face a bit. Wow. That was center.
That was center?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Wow. So you said you wanted to back off the face?
Yeah.
Mistake. So we caught Moo with his pants down on this one. Okay, this is good. So Moo started, yeah, so there you go. That's a knee-jerk reaction you just hit there,
Yeah, it did.
right?
Yeah.
Because it went off in the other direction. So many of you are going to chase your tails when that occurs. You say, oh, I hooked that one. I better open the face. No, not yet. So you want to see a pattern first. You want to see 2 or 3 that are really well-focused shots. So yes, I started that way. Yes, I was going for that height. Yes, I let it go that way. And this is what happened.
Okay.
Okay, so the very next time you take that grip, do you think your hands are going exactly in the same spot?
No, they're not.
Are your feet going exactly in the same spot in the ground?
No.
Is your alignment going to be exactly the same ball position?
No.
So you can't react to that. Don't change anything until you see a pattern.
All right.
That was good, man. Very important. Oh, much better. Much better. Look at that. So we got 353 carry,
Yeah.
380 total. And look at that face, how stable that was coming through, man.
Okay. I think I'm reacting to the balls being. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So look how square that was.
That was pretty stable.
That is, man, are you mashing that thing? That's a big flat spot on that ball. Holy mackerel. Look at that ball take off right there. So attack angle, because, you know, we're playing at lower flight, so that's 3 degrees up.
Yeah.
Typically that's Rory's attack angle
Right.
for staying in play, because he's got power to spare as well.
That's right.
And he's got this deal with his caddy where he says he can only use the high tee once in a tournament.
Right. That's pretty cool.
Okay?
Yeah.
Club path was gorgeous. Look at your side spin was amazing.
Yeah.
Right? So beautiful golf shot, man.
Thank you.
Confirm that.
All right.
Your side spin was to the right by 71 RPM, Moo.
That's pretty steady.
That's darn accurate. Oh, yeah. That's a little power fade right there. Only 293 left spin.
Little Healy strike.
A little Healy strike.
Yeah.
But look at that. So you still hit at 350, and that was nice and smooth. And oh yeah, see, look, there's the classic example of a heel strike. The strikes the heel, and then look at how the face wraps around that.
Right.
So you'd think, whoa, that should have hooked. No,
No.
the gear effect that you get off the heel
Yeah.
is a fade gear effect.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your attack angle was very similar.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you call a good miss. So we're in play.
Yeah, that's right.
You lost 30 yards, no big deal. Just take one extra club, because 30 yards for you is one extra club.
Right, yeah.
So let's see how an old fart at 58 years old can do with a driver, okay? I got a feeling I can still get it over 300 yards. Let's see. I'm going to use their Fangle Dangle tornado tees here, so it gives me a little bit more speed. We need that intermediate point, non-negotiable. I like to play my fade, so I'm going to start this just the left half of that ball, just left of this red flag, red post, and fade it back. That was good, Moo. I relaxed way more on that one. I hit the trees in the back.
I heard it, yeah.
You heard it?
Yeah.
That was over the warning track.
So yeah, it was 308 total.
Right? How cool was that? What was side spin on that?
426 to the right.
That was a good fade.
Yeah.
Excellent. What was backspin on it?
Backspin was 1230.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
So 400 spin to the right, but only 1200 spin. What was the launch angle on that?
Launch was 14.5.
Okay, so I had a decent launch angle?
Yeah.
That was nice and high. Okay, I'm just going to confirm that for you guys. I'm going to relax more into this. Full range of motion. I'm just going to flick that tee in that direction right there.
Nice momentum.
Wow. Look at the balance I just got on that because I relaxed into it. All right, let's confirm this. That's pretty good, Moo.
That's the mound, right? Yeah. 293 carry.
293 carry. What was total on that?
320.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That was over the warning track over here as well.
yeah, so backspin was 1529 and side spin was 10 to the left.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So there it is, folks. We have the old guy, the young whippersnapper, and that wonderful, elegant lady. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that look stable?
Yeah. High in the face a little bit.
Look at how stable that was. Angle of attack was 7 degrees up.
Yeah.
That was excellent. Good. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we did. Get cracking on relax, and we'll see you in the next one.